everybody, I'm Rob.
And I'm Dave.
And welcome to R&B Reviews. Today we are going to be reviewing The American, the new film starring George Clooney as an operative who is asked to complete a mission, but this is a very different kind of action movie. Alright, so let's get started. And is about an operative who, after nearly failing on a mission in Sweden, is asked to go to Italy for a brand new mission. He's asked to stay low-key, and all he has to do is just deliver a weapon to a client while over there. Now, The American is definitely not your typical action spy movie. It's modeled more on art house foreign films where it's a little bit slower paced. And it's unlike a lot of action films. There's not a lot of car chases. It doesn't move at a very quick pace. And in this film, you're asked to pay close attention to the character, like who he is. You have to get through the conversations he has with other characters or his actions in certain scenes. And The American was based on a novel called The Very Private Gentleman by Martin Booth. And I gotta say, Dave, this was definitely a different type of picture. So what did you think?
The beginning was really unexpected. I mean, I like how it starts out. It's really slow, and then you see like the snow and everything, and then it comes upon the cottage. I mean, it almost seemed like, at first you're not sure if it's going to start out as like a thriller or if it's going to be drama or if it's going to be action.
Well, in a way, this movie kind of was all that. But I do agree with you. The movie had a nice, beautiful, slow tracking shot. Actually, all the landscape shots in this movie are very well photographed, and I really liked it. And there were definitely a few surprises in the beginning that I got to admit I didn't see coming.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, I mean, when I was watching this movie, I was wondering what would happen if they had casted a younger actor. I mean, that's one of the issues I read about this movie, younger actors as spy. Yeah. But I like that they casted George Clooney as a somewhat middle-aged, older spy, because the theme of this movie that keeps popping up is that, for example, his superior says that you don't make friends. You used to know that, and it's also suggesting that maybe he's just getting too old for it, or he might be losing his edge. And there's a quote that he keeps saying over and over again is, "I'm no good with machines." Like, there's a scene where Superior gives him a cell phone. He's like, "I'm no good with machines." It kind of shows that he doesn't want to adapt to modern technology. So it's kind of suggesting that he's probably getting maybe a bit too old for his job.
Yeah, It seems like he tries to keep himself young, because he goes about, while he's like in Italy, he takes advantage of everything there is there. I mean, he uses all the resources, goes to all the coffee shops.
He has to kind of fit in with the culture, because he's posing as a photographer, so he's going to have to get involved with the culture in that area. He's not going to just sit in his room all day and all night. He's got to get out and try to fit in. Of course, he's going to go out and go to different places. And I mean, and one thing I noticed with this movie, there's very little music except for scenes where that requires great tension in it, so I really like that. But I can see why this movie might test some people's patience. I mean, sometimes it tested my patience as well, because it is a much slower movie.
Same with me.
Yeah, because, for example, there's a scene where Clooney's going down a long set of stairs, and they include the whole thing. Now, normally, if this was a mainstream Hollywood movie, they would just show just a little bit of it, but it's slow paced because the filmmakers want you to get to know the character through what he does and some of the conversations that he has. Like, take, for example, there's a conversation that he has with the priest at dinner, and that shows a little bit about who he is. I mean, they're not going to completely spoon-feed everything for you, and it's not going to move at a pace. We, the audience, are like the observers. We're watching all this happen.
And at the same time, the director wanted to take in the breathtaking views of Italy as well by showing long shots. And the camera work in this film was brilliant, I think. Yeah,
I mean, he wants the audience to get to know Italy, I guess, or at least get to know this region of Italy, because in a lot of places, at least in a lot of films, where they take place in places like, Japan or wherever, you see a little bit going on, but you really don't get immersed in the area. It's basically like a backdrop. I see why some people may not get into it. I mean, I'm giving this movie a mild see it in theaters verdict. I think that it was marketed wrong. I think this should have been released in limited release, and if you wanted to check it out, go get it when it comes out on DVD. Because this came out Labor Day weekend alongside Machete, and both of those movies really aren't, exactly. I wouldn't say exactly for mainstream audience. I think some people that are fans of the action genre went in there maybe thinking it was going to be like Jason Bourne and stuff, or maybe there were some other people that thought that this movie would look interesting. I mean, this movie I really liked it. It's not for everybody, but I liked it very much, and I am giving it a mild C in theaters.
Yeah, because in the previews on TV, it made it look more like fast, action-packed, and everything. They really, it really wasn't really like that at all. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give it a mild C also because I enjoyed it.
Yeah, but I mean, the trailers, one thing that I brought up last year with Brendan is trailers are going to do whatever it takes to get people in the movie theaters, whether it means changing what the movie is or not, because that's the whole point of trailers. The studios want people to come see the movie, and they'll do whatever it takes. I mean, yeah, it does look like that it was going to be a fast-paced action film, a thriller sort of movie, and it is kind of a thriller, but not quite like you would expect.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right, so that's our take on The American. We're both giving it a see it in theaters verdict, although a somewhat milder one. So leave any comments, and hopefully we'll see you next time.